Out there. I'm sorry, you out there with the damn fingernail and toenail polish. I don't like all that shit.
Welcome back. Trash Talking with the Old Heads. Please do not forget, hit that like and subscribe button. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We definitely appreciate the support. But we're going to jump right back in it. You know that segment that makes you money, Cash Talk, where I pick 3 winners every week. You know what I'm saying? To help you win that money. The first one, we already talked about this game, man. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, plus 2.5 at the Bills. Give me the 2.5, bro. You're going to give me points with Mahomes in that defense, I'm taking them. Now, it's simple as that, dog. You're giving me points with Mahomes in that defense, I got to take it.
Money line. 2.5. Yeah.
But I'm getting 2.5. You know what I'm saying? With them, you're going to give me 2.5 with the Chiefs. I'm gonna take. I may tease it up to 3.
I would have to tease it up to 3.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I made 3 and 3.5.
Yeah,
but I take the 2. Because I think they're gonna win it outright. So I definitely take the 2.5 here and run. You know what I'm saying? So I feel pretty good about that one. Actually, I don't think the Bills can win this game. Next, give me the Packers -5 versus the Bears. Big number, especially on the road in the division game. But it's my belief, man. I think the Bears are about to quit on Eberflus.
And Caleb.
I think they sick of both of their asses.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I really do. I truly think they sick of it. I think Chicago about to ruin another quarterback, right?
As a rookie quarterback.
As a rookie
fingernail polish.
Fingernail polish.
Fingernail polish.
Jumping up and stand crying in your mama lap.
He did what?
That was at USC last year.
Holding the ball way too long.
Yeah, that's his biggest issue, dog. He's trying to make those same damn plays that he made at USC. Bro, you don't have 8 seconds to run around.
But still, though, that don't cause you to lose the team. They know you're a rookie.
Yeah, it is.
He must have a, you know what I'm saying,
I'm not sure
privileged attitude.
I'm not sure he's losing the team. I think maybe he's losing them receivers.
Nah, you've been hearing.
I think maybe he's losing them receivers.
You've been hearing some shit though. They was asking for Bajan to be starting.
If your quarterback out there insisting on playing his game, which is what he did back in college, if he out there insisting that he play his game, then yeah, you can lose.
Because he has some leverage.
Right, so
what about he can get Eberflus up out of there.
So what about this? Because stuff leak out the locker room for a reason.
Right.
So they had the little text where he sent the punter or something. He told him, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna have to worry about doing much of that this year.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know if he just feel like if he got that cocky attitude and is rubbing his teammates the wrong way.
People had talked so much about his talent. He just thought it was going to be easy. You know what I'm saying?
Nick Wright did it. Nick Wright did it.
He was part of the problem. Yeah. Part of the problem.
How can a fucking pundit have that type of influence over the culture or the, you know what I'm saying, the myth and the aura around a player? Because they know it's just talk. But he went too far.
Too far. Putting him all the way up on that list that he does or whatever.
He went too far. Bro, they got to realize that shit be broadcast.
This is entertainment, bro. Yeah. That dude is entertainment, bro.
But I think they think too highly of themselves where they can't recognize where they crossing the line.
Right.
Skip. Stephen A. Nick Wright.
I look at this is where I start with Nick Wright. I start at he's a degenerate gambler because some of the stuff he says on games, especially with football,
allegedly,
to me it's like he's going with his bets because when you pick Caleb Williams and the freaking Chicago Bears
Super Bowl
to make it to the Super Bowl. That sounds like you put about $2,500 on that at the beginning of the year before the season started.
I see your point. I was just thinking that you know what I'm saying. You just want to be right.
No,
you know what I'm saying. You want to be right,
and you just don't defend the position.
You don't defend your position like you do with the Texans.
Nah, we must protect this house. But that's what I think. That's what I look at Nick Wright as. I think he went and put a cool $2,500. On the Bears to make it to the Super Bowl.
That would have been a flip like a mother.
And he's been holding on to it all year long. That's what I look at him. He's a degenerate gambler.
Yeah, but man, that's why I'm going with the Packers on this one, man. It's not that I love the Packers. Honestly, I think Jordan Love quietly has regressed.
Shinola. I tried to tell y'all.
9 damn games. I tried to tell you.
So his injuries ain't got nothing to do with it. The man has been hurt with his lower extremities has been hurt since game 1 of the season,
Man,
and he had a hamstring.
Okay,
So that caused you to run around and throw the ball directly to
y'all
the
do
So
this,
those
though.
injuries
This is
don't
what
hurt
you-
your game as a football
This is
player.
what y'all do.
tripping.
Y'all did it with
tripping.
Brock. Y'all did it with CJ.
What we did with Brock?
Brock got a 3-year thing now.
This ain't fucking 3 years.
2.5 years of Brock.
Yeah,
Come on now.
2.5
And a Super Bowl
too
appearance.
early.
And
Too early.
And a Super Bowl
Too
appearance.
early.
Too early.
How's that too
He
early?
put in the work. What you talking
It
about?
wasn't him. He wasn't the dude. And you know that.
Jesus Christ.
You can't put him up there with the other quarterbacks.
Who threw the ball for?
You can't put him up there with the
So
other
you're
quarterbacks.
comparing
You can
3
put his
games,
stats up
3
there.
years.
I'm comparing-
You're comparing 3
He
years
should be
of
compared
playing
stats up
to
there.
He
9
should be
games.
compared to Jared fucking Goff, not no fucking Joe Burrow or Josh Herbert, who ain't won shit.
I don't mind Jared Goff this year. Yeah, this year Jared Goff.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jared Goff this year is the same Jared Goff as the one that was at the Rams.
No, he ain't.
Yeah, he
No,
is.
he ain't. Jared Goff wasn't winning
The
no
fucking
games with the
same.
Rams.
Running game, weapons dependent.
You know, I don't love him. So he just got a better team now. You know, he the same dude with a better team, right?
If y'all had Jared Goff on y'all team, would you be any different?
We'd be worse probably.
Hell
He ain't-
no.
he ain't no
Stop
Brock
it,
Purdy.
man.
He ain't no Brock
Stop
Purdy.
it. Brock a better runner.
He ain't no
maybe.
Brock Purdy. He ain't no Brock Purdy.
Get out of here, man. Y'all
But
need to stop
anyway.
doing this with young quarterbacks. Let them build
I told
build
y'all.
time
I
up.
said at the beginning of the year.
3-4 years,
People
okay.
talking about-
Then we know
people
where they
talking
at.
about
Dude
him
had a knee
as
injury.
Then we
MVP.
know where they at.
As a
3-4
MVP
years, then we know where
candidate.
they at.
Dude
Oh,
got-
9 games? How the hell?
Dude had a knee injury this year, and now he got a
That ain't got nothing to do with them
hamstring
dumb
injury.
bonehead ass mistakes he been making this year.
I
No,
think
it
it
ain't got
does.
nothing to do with
I
it.
think it
Throwing
does.
the balls.
It don't.
I think
It does
It
not.
don't.
Then you ain't watching the Packers. Then.
It don't.
I think it does.
It ain't. No, it doesn't.
You don't give Dak
No, it
them.
doesn't.
Dak been injured for the
Right.
last 5 seasons. You don't give him that
Right.
same.
When Dak been hurt this year, other than he just got his
Dak had a calf strain 2 years ago that was
I
affecting his.
said this year.
If you're on the
said this
field,
year.
you're healthy enough to play.
Exactly. Dak been injured by the fucking roster. That's
don't
what
either.
Dak been injured by this year.
You're on the damn field, you're
Nothing
healthy enough
wrong.
to play.
Nothing wrong with Dak other than he a cowboy.
And the last game I'm taking, especially since they're gonna give me the hook at 3.5, give me the Steelers plus 3.5. You're gonna give me that hook, I'm taking it. Steelers at home.
We done put a lot in this segment. Go ahead and go back through the rundown so they can get some money.
Chiefs
Come on,
plus
man. Been on
2.5
fire.
at the Bills. That's a winner. Packers -5 at the Bears. Caleb and company quitting on Eberflus. Take the pack. And definitely, if you're gonna give me the Steelers plus 3.5 in this series where they hold Lamar down all the time, give me the 3.5 points.
Listen to the man. He wins money. Bet 75% for the season. Now, last week, he was trash when he picked that fucking 49ers pick. I told
But
you.
I said it. I said that was
6.5.
heart over head. You know
Nah,
what I'm
you
saying?
didn't say it.
I said it was hard over
You
here.
didn't say
know
it.
what
I
I'm saying?
said it.
But I agreed with you. You know what I'm saying? I agreed. I didn't say that it wasn't. I
Okay.
said that's heart over head.
Bluster.
You know what I'm saying?
is what that was.
So, and still should have hit. If it were not for Kyle Shanahan, we would have hit
Oh,
that.
here we go. Come on, man. If
Which
y'all
is,
didn't have
which, is
Kyle
why,
Shanahan,
which is why he probably staying away
that
from the
raggedy
second
bitch
half.
would have y'all.
Right, right.
If y'all didn't have that
Which is why-
raggedy bitch.
Which is why he's probably staying away from the 6.5 with that.
Where your
against
best
the
in your
Seahawks.
captain, man. If y'all
Right.
didn't have that
'Cause
raggedy
we
bitch,
beat
y'all
the hell
would
out
be
of
worse.
the Seahawks, but I can't even fuck with it with this team, dog. I don't trust this team worth a
Y'all
damn,
ain't beat
dog.
nobody. Y'all
Right.
know y'all ain't
I
beat a
can't
damn
trust these
thing.
motherfuckers,
Y'all
dog.
best win is the Jets.
But a team I am starting to trust, switching to the NBA. The best team in the East. The 13-0. Undefeated.
Feel good story.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Early cry.
3 games better than the shit he had.
You forgot to let me do my Big D energy report, man. It'll be quick, man.
Because I thought we were done with Dallas.
Y'all
We
ain't done
forget.
with
We
Dallas,
retired.
man.
We buried.
I thought we
that,
were
man.
tired they
We
asses,
buried
dog.
What the fuck this say
Hold
on my
on,
goddamn
folks. Before we switch to the NBA, he wants to talk about the Dallas Cowboys with a segment we like to call
Big D energy?
This is pause. This is when we should have took a break, right?
This is where me and you should have just got up and got something to drink and let him talk about these motherfuckers right here. We should have got up and got a drink.
I think
dog.
y'all will like this. This another segment that y'all might like from the Big D energy.
See, even the star turned his back on your ass just
Man.
then, dog.
Turn around, man. Turn around. It's been a bad season already, motherfucker.
Terrible season, bad.
All right,
What y'all
so-
3-6?
Yeah, 3-6, man. We should end the season 3 and fucking 14 is what I would like for us to do.
Get Travis Hunter.
And so it would exactly. But they talking about Shadur and Dion coming to Dallas. Number one, I spent more money at Five Guys than Jerry Jones did in the offseason. Okay. Why in the hell would Dion want to come there? Why? When the owner is all in your videos,
Right.
doing the most, being stupid, being an idiot. Dion needs the control of the team. Number one, Dion is more of he like to coach the kids. He's already said he don't like dealing. How you gonna coach somebody that make more money than him?
Right.
Jerry ain't finna give him the bag, so Jerry wants the credit. It ain't happening. Move on from this talk, Stephen A. Putting us in the news. We need to be unseen right now. We need to be making moves to further get this team better over the next 2 or 3 years. This is a whole rebuild we need. It's a whole rebuild. We got pieces in place. We got to make sure we pay Michael. You messed up with Shedeur talking about bringing Shedeur in because you fucking signed Dak.
Right.
At $60 million.
Nobody's hitting $140 million in salary cap.
Exactly. Who's gonna take a hit like that?
Not gonna happen.
It's gonna be some teams that will want to trade for Dak, but
that's not a viable situation to try to do that though.
Exactly. And then when you look at it from a perspective of, what you could have done had you not signed Dak, like I said all season, what I said in all season, don't sign him to that big ass contract.
And it looked like that's the road y'all were headed down. I said, okay, Jerry gonna do it. He gonna make him play this year. And then caved. I'm like,
at the last minute, and cost you some free agents, possibly cost you another $8 to $10 million by not just, if you was gonna sign him, fucking sign him early.
right.
Make a decision. Do we move on from Dak, or do we go ahead and move forward with him and get the people in place behind him? He is not Josh Allen. He is not Lamar Jackson. He is not Patrick Mahomes. He need pieces. Get him for the least that you possibly can and put people behind him. Put people behind him. Get him an offensive line. Get him a running attack. Get him multiple receiving options other than CD. So, yeah. Nah, Dion shouldn't come to Dallas. Shedeur ain't coming to Dallas.
Nah,
leave that shit alone.
It's not happening.
Take it away.
I can't dispute anything you're saying, bro. It wouldn't make sense to me either for Dion to come there. Shedeur's not coming there. First of all, I don't think the Panthers and some of them, they not lose no more games either. Giants might not win again, and these teams actually need quarterbacks and haven't paid one already. So Shedeur is out the window. Like I said, you got a better chance of getting Travis Hunter or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? So
that's what they need to be getting.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because Dak is your quarterback for the next 3 years.
Yeah, because that boy Diggs trash.
He's QB. You know?
Come on, man, stop it.
That
Diggs,
boy trash. Just like his son said.
Diggs
trash.
still recovering from an injury, man.
Trash.
And he's still making plays. Stop it.
Trash.
I mean, he's been what he has been. He's a big play, high risk, high reward cornerback.
Exactly.
For five or 6 games at the beginning of the season, then the rest of the season, trash.
He is what he is. You know what I'm saying? He gonna take risks to try to get the ball.
You just a Cowboy hater. Diggs is a player. He's just been hurt. He's coming off a fucking ACL.
For 5 or 6 games at the beginning of the season, then the rest of the season, you don't hear shit from him.
That's not true.
Year, his whole career.
That's not true.
That's very true.
He led the league in interceptions the entire year. He had 13 interceptions. He got them in the first of the season. Yep. He got them in the beginning of the season, all 13 picks. Yep. Stop it.
We don't hear from him at the beginning.
You didn't hear from him last year because he was fucking injured. He had an ACL injury.
I like
what you talking about?
I like him.
When he was playing in the playoffs, did we hear anything from Debo or Brandon Ayuk in that game? Y'all scored 19 points.
I like him.
And our other cornerback injured.
He might be my second favorite.
Stop it, man. We've been injured the whole season, man.
My second favorite player after that.
Like I said, man, the Cowboys they got to make some decisions, man. Especially once they sign Micah. I think I read the other day that's going to be 55% of y'all cap.
Yeah, for 3 players.
Dudes? Like, damn, how you build a team like that? I'm like, I don't know. Jerry did it. Yeah, he did it. I don't understand.
They're gonna be even.
He
worse.
Wants to pay his players the highest he can pay.
Hey man, it was
gonna be even worse.
There was an assassination that took place about 61 years ago. From the 22nd. It needs to happen again. I think it's about that time.
Damn, dog. So
we book depository. Remember that?
Damn,
so an assassination.
Damn,
so we'll
take him out.
So we'll
I'm calling for I'm calling shots.
So
Somebody take them out.
So we officially done. There's no more reason to talk about Dallas the rest of the year, right?
Nope.
So we officially
we gonna
done,
continue.
right?
This is our. Listen, y'all can't do this, man. Y'all cannot do this.
I think the bylaw say we supposed to vote.
That ain't no damn bylaw. That ain't no damn
all for
bylaw.
taking the Cowboys out the show. Say
That ain't no damn. That ain't no law. That ain't no bylaw.
Motion carry.
Even if they win a game the rest of the way, which they probably won't, but even if they win a game,
what difference do it make?
We don't care about winning the game. This is about the rebuild. This is about tanking. We're going to have the big D energy when y'all had, you know what I'm saying, the dang report or the ass bang report, as I call it. We'll have the big D report.
We ain't never be out of it.
You just about.
No, we just about at the top of our division again. That's what we just
about healthy too.
Just right, and just about healthy.
Just about healthy too.
At just about the right time. But let's get back to these Cleveland. Something that matter. Like I said, these Cleveland Cavaliers being the best team in the East. Are they serious contenders, Jerry? I'm gonna let the Celtic fan answer the question first.
They are a good feel good story, good early cry story. Like I said the last time we met, your boy Atkins have them playing great ball. Mm-hmm. They've got Garland to buy in to being a true point guard on this team and serving plates all over the place. So they look good on offense and defense. They got the two big boys back there on the in the front line. Defending well. Mobley looks like a refreshed new player this year. Jared Allen is just steady. He's a steady five. Plus, he has a familiarity with this coach. And right now, they got Donovan Mitchell looking real good. I think he's probably playing a little bit better ball, in my opinion, than my boy JT right now, as far as leading the squad. So. They're a good feel-good story. Are they true contenders as far as a title? Nah, man, no title coming out of Cleveland. Come on, man, that's not gonna happen.
Nah, they first in offense.
I like it.
Sixth in defense.
I like it. I like all of that.
That's a good recipe, though.
I like all of that. I really do. But they're not winning a title, man. Come on, they're not winning a title with Donovan Mitchell as a lead of that team right now. It's not his time.
Greg?
I mean,
contenders?
You're a leader until you're not a leader until you are. I mean, you said the same thing about Jaylen Brown. You was ready to trade his ass a few years ago.
Dump him, get him out.
Like you said, man, they first in scoring, 6th or 7th in defense, second in point differential. The only thing I think will trip them up at the beginning, again, these are prognostications based on, the first month of the season. They're 11 games, 12 games in, some teams. So the only thing I see right now as an hindrance to their contention for a title to beat the Celtics or the Bucks or any other teams that may compete in the East, they turnovers. They turn the ball over too much. But even still with their turnovers, they still lead the league in scoring.
Right.
So that shows you that Darius and Donovan are doing, are gelling together finally.
Took a second.
You know what I'm saying? Took a second. You know what I'm saying? Like you said.
Props for staying, though. For old boy staying in Cleveland. You know
and it says something about teams that stay together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That star was willing to stay there on that team.
You know what I'm saying? In the nucleus of the team, they growing together. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that chemistry, that familiarity, they don't have to build that over the season. They just build on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing what their weaknesses were and being able to fix them. I like some of the pieces that they got coming. Karis LeVert has found his role. He's always had a good role. They got Ty Jerome hitting buckets. You know what I'm saying? In this new era of basketball where the 3-ball is king, you know what I'm saying? You got people that can shoot. You got some defenders on the wing, and you got 2 good defenders in the paint. That's a good recipe. Yeah, one thing that I say that they got over y'all is the defense in the paint.
Right.
And if they're able to shoot, if Donovan can, because that's the one thing that we haven't seen with Mitchell in the playoffs, and even Garland as well. But if this continues, you know what I'm saying, their shooting and their playmaking and their ability to play off each other.
When it matters, can they knock down shots?
Exactly. Because they're going to defend.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got the pieces there.
Yeah, they're going to get a Celtic run.
To defend.
They're going to be one of the teams that get a run. Because the Celtics,
Not in the
to
paint.
me, the Celtics are the same
Defending
team.
champions.
They're the
Don't
same
have
team.
Not in the paint.
And they just jacked threes.
Not in the paint, you don't.
The Celtics, to me, man, I think this will be a year they're gonna die by them same threes that they lived by before. You know what I'm saying? I hate the way. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with. I hate the way they play basketball. I do.
They just shoot threes.
That's all they do. That's the whole screen and roll, 1-on-1. I'm shooting the three. That's the whole game with them. You know what I'm saying? And it's not good basketball, which is all I'm flabbergasted that he liked that kind of basketball. With everything we talk about is against that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the Celtics, he don't say nothing about
a problem with
it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing
no
about
problem at all.
No problem at all with them shooting 500 threes a game.
Do you see the duality of this guy?
I do, sir.
That's all I'm talking about. He is the most inconsistent hater I've ever seen.
If y'all go,
for somebody to be so basketball principled,
your hate is conditional.
It's really not. If y'all go back and actually look at my post, I'm so consistent on critiquing my team, my boys. I'm so consistent. I'm not a fan of this new era jack ball, 3-ball, league era, whatever you want to call it. I'm not even a fan of how we play. I critiqued it. I criticized it all last year, all the way up into a championship. Once we got to the finals, I told y'all we were going to win because Dallas could not defend what we do. That 5 out, there was no way they were going to be able to. And it played out 4-1 in the series. I'm definitely not a fan of all the jackballing, but our team is it fits so perfectly together to run the 5 out. We might be one of the best teams to ever run it, other than, if you're looking at Golden State otherwise. All the pieces fit. Everybody can shoot. So it's what we do. If we make more than y'all, we're going to win. But to say we don't have defense, that's crazy.
I don't have a problem with the way you play. It's just it's just the way the game is morphed into.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? That's just it. And then again, if y'all think, y'all talk about, what I'm saying, there ain't no bigs or whatever. The game is, what I'm saying, weeded out the bigs or whatever. I think it's just a lack of bigs who actually play big.
Yeah.
As the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had somebody
that's the functionality of the era, though. The era has ruled. The era has,
and you know where I believe that started from in the grassroots. Where do you think you didn't heard me say this before? Everybody wanted to be like Mike. I'm not blaming Mike, but that's just what.
Wait a minute. Why would Mike have to do with this?
We started to see bigger players start to play out on the wing because that's what what I'm saying. That ISO.
That's not where That's not where the elimination of the big man started.
I think it started there.
How?
I think it started.
You wanted big men in there to defend these wings that could get to the goal and protect the rack.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
You're not about to make sense.
Hear me out. Everyone, the whole thing was to be like Mike. You know what I'm saying? So if you were 6'3", 6'4", and you started to play in that, you wanted to be like Mike when you played basketball, right? Everybody was trying. Everybody was between the legs and trying to yoke that thing. So when they started to hit they growth spurt, KG for instance. You know what I'm saying? When he hit his growth spurt, he wasn't in the post banging like that. He was out on the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? Dunking that bitch off the bounce. You know what I'm saying? So you started to see more players gravitate to playing on the outside. The European game started to see more players playing on the outside. You started to see it started to gravitate from.
I think it was more the analytics that started.
The analytics didn't come until after it switched. When did analytics?
No, but I'm talking when your boy in Phoenix started with that team.
D'Antoni. That's where you started to eliminate the big man. That started to eliminate
because he didn't even. He was the first coach I ever heard say he don't even care about no defense.
Exactly.
But again, so look
7
at
seconds
it.
or less is what the name of the offense was. 7 seconds
before
or less.
Mike. And then after Mike, when you, even during that time, how many true big men were threats in the paint?
A bunch of
them. You
them.
had Shaq.
A bunch of
them. You had Yao. You had Tim Duncan. You had KG. You had
Rasheed Wallace.
What was Rasheed doing?
Chris Webber.
Was Rasheed?
He could step out, but he played half the time on the block.
Again, but what was it? So was anybody playing out on the perimeter back before Jordan? Bigs. No, they were feet Painted in the paint.
Yeah.
Feet were planted in the paint.
I don't think it was about being
Come
like
on,
Jordan.
man.
though.
Come on, man.
That's just my
I
theory.
I
That's just my
I get
theory.
where you're going from,
Okay.
but I think it was
You had-
more
That's just my theory.
You
With
had,
them figuring out that
Charles Barkley. He played Charles Barkley to win a championship.
I think
Come
it was
on,
more
man.
about they
Charles
started to figure out shooting all these
tripping.
threes. You only had to shoot 30%.
Charles was an undersized
Tripping.
sport.
You
So
had-
of course
and
he
you had- but
always
a big
played.
man, but he a power
But he
forward.
always
was a
played out
big.
on the perimeter.
You had
And
the
in the
dream.
paint.
And I think it was the
You had
league.
the
The league
dream.
with the rules made it happen.
You had the dream
with
you
all
had-
the pace
you
and
had
space.
David
In fact, they
Robinson.
wanted
Come
that
on,
for
man.
television. To
So where
speed
were the
up the
people
game.
that came in
you
after
talking
that
about
that
the
kicked
golden age of bigs. You talk. Mike was in the golden age of bigs. What are you
Right, but it was always the bigs. It was
Nah,
a big
dog.
man game.
You're not going to tribulate.
Was it not a big man game
not-
up until
you're
Mike
not
started
going to-
dominating?
you're not going
It was
to-
a big man game.
big
Every
man
team
game.
had a big that could play in the paint. Damn near every team.
Or tried to.
Or
yeah.
tried to.
Yeah.
All offenses.
You're not going to attribute the elimination of the big to the Michael Jordan era. That don't even.
I
make
didn't
sense.
say-
I just think it was a
Yeah,
lot of
makes
factors
sense.
that came together
It
at
don't make
once. You know what I'm
sense.
saying?
It was
One
a-
team's figuring out it's easier to find 6'6" guys
Right.
that can play defense and
More-
shoot the ball
and
than
more
finding
players
a 7-footer
from
that
any-
right.
More players that
Anytime-
started
Pool is
playing
bigger.
younger
Right.
started to
Anytime-
play like Mike. It was just a
Anytime you
fact,
have,
dog.
anytime you have a generational type player that's as successful as a Michael Jordan, you're going to try to find the next one. The only time that in my opinion, that didn't happen is with Magic Johnson. Because where are you gonna find
A
6'9"
6'9"
freaking point guards? The closest we got ever was Penny. That was the closest we got, and now we're starting to see the Lucas as the big guys that come in that can play points, and then I guess you can say.
But again,
LeBron
all of
at some
that,
point.
it's
So-
it's an evolution of the
It's a
game,
process,
man.
right?
It's
No,
a
what we're
process.
watching now
I'm
is
just
not
saying the
evolution.
genesis of it started
This
with
era is
the
not
popularity of Mike.
This-
That's
this-
where it started.
This era
This
was
era
not,
started.
to
it's
me,
not
this
about-
basketball is intentional.
This exactly.
by the NBA.
This was
This
an
is intentional.
entertainment change
Yeah.
of the game.
This is
But where do you
intentional.
think
This is
that
not
came
an
from?
evolution.
Because people started to, the money started to gravitate toward that.
No.
So they started to make the rule changes again. Everything just doesn't start.
No, you had
just because.
No, you had
They just didn't say, "Oh, we want more threes."
the suits. The suits is why we have the game like it is now.
But there had to been
This is what they were trying to do. They were trying to mimic the
Man, we
the
got off
skill
topic.
set.
Get
Wait,
us
we
back
got
on
way
track.
off topic, but
Get us back on
they were
track.
trying.
It was
they
a good conversation,
They were
though,
trying,
man.
they were trying to mimic the skill set of what was going on overseas, and they went over the top by showing that okay, we want more free flowing, we want more points, and the directly correlates to getting rid of the big.
Yeah, I think it just correlates. It's easier to find dudes between 6 feet and 6'6" who can shoot a 3 at 30% than it is a 7-footer who can get on the block and got footwork like Elijah wants.
Why is
you know
that?
what I'm saying?
Because
it's just a pool of people. It's just a pool. It's not that many 7-footers. You know what I'm saying? So the pool of people you're dealing with.
Well, how was it a lot then? How was
So
it a
I
lot
just
then?
mean-
7 feet, 6'10", 6'11".
But now you're not looking for it as much though. These GMs and stuff aren't looking for that.
Why
I don't
is
need
that?
them back to your mouth because they figured out I can get a guy to shoot 30% from 3.
Okay.
And I still got
Or
a better
can-
chance of
Or
winning.
I can give me a Tracy McGrady or a Kobe Bryant. I can find me an athletic wing that can dominate rather than finding a 7-footer that can dominate.
You
Which, like you say, they don't grow them on
They
trees
don't
at 7
grow on
feet.
trees like that.
They're more 6'6", 6'7",
Right.
and they're more athletic now.
Right.
Again.
so the Cleveland at 13-0. Cleveland at 13-0.
I think it'll last.
I
I think they got a good chance to get the number 1 seed.
No.
In the East.
Feel good story.
Okay.
Feel
They got
good
good
story.
chance.
Early cry.
So
Bucks and Knicks, man.
Bucks and Knicks, man, are they in trouble, bro? Can either or one of them turn it around? Yeah, I already told you what I think about the Bucks. Play in
Both.
at best.
I got both teams being in the top 5 by the time we get to the playoffs.
Knicks definitely. Bucks no.
Yeah, the Bucks will be there. The Bucks are missing their third best player on this team. I keep saying they're
talking
missing
about
their
that,
third
man. This
best
is
player on
5
the
years
team.
ago.
Once he's healthy and back in rotation, it's going to help their defense, going to help their rotations, going to help their offense.
You talking about Chris Middleton
You're gonna
from
have
5 years ago.
You're
What
gonna
helped all
have
that?
you're gonna have more space on the court to operate for both Dame as well as
Okay.
the Greek Freak,
Okay.
and things will change once they
It
get.
didn't
this
last
player
year when
back.
he got in there. when he came back. They didn't last year.
They played all right last year, but they both were injured. Dame was injured and he was injured last year. Dame came in and had no offseason preparation last year. So it'll change. That's my thoughts. I think Doc is a good enough coach to get this team in the top 5. They have a generational talent in the Greek Freak, who plays on both sides of the ball. When I watch them play, I still see the Greek Freak tug and pull with Dame, kinda. It's just something I see, just something I notice. You know, sometimes when he's insisting that he bring the ball up the court or whatever. That's why we just saw in this game against Detroit, when they had to struggle to beat Detroit. You saw him just go into Greek Freak mode of, I ain't passing to nobody. I'm going to score it every time. So that's something that they still have to work out. But I think I feel like the balance will definitely get back once they get their full complement of players back, because they got to get the defense. The defense is
a better
trash.
Player than what they had with old boy. But the problem is Greek's game is probably better suited without another star. Nobody won't say it.
I don't know about that.
But I'm saying, I think his game is better suited for a star who don't need the ball like Dame. Let me put it that way. I think his game is better. The way he wants to play the game.
He's still getting his points,
but
his rebounds, his touches.
But it doesn't fit. Like you said, watching them play, it don't seem to fit. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you this. Let me say this. Between the Bucks and the Knicks. The Knicks have a chemistry problem. That's easy to fix. The Bucks have a roster problem.
Yep.
The Bucks' issue is not Dame. Well, part of it is Dame ain't.
It's not
Dame ain't important,
but the fit with him and boy, I don't think it's Dame per se. I think it's more just how they learning to play together.
I can't say it's the fit
at a better level.
I can't agree that it's the fit.
I just don't think they play well together.
Let me get
watching them play.
You're part right. You're part right. But this is what it is. Let me put it in a smaller frame for you. So Greek Freak was leading them in assists for the most part, probably up until Drew Holiday got there, right? But he's not a true assisting type player.
So he need to let that shit go.
So that's part of it. But
he need to be at about 4 or 5 assists a game.
But he's a dynamic downhill player, coast to coast type cat, which is a great benefit of their team. The problem is because he's not an assisting type player, he's not able to get Dame the ball as a secondary option when he's the number one option. He's not able to do that because he's looking to he's looking to penetrate, get into the paint, draw and kick, and that's going to usually always be to the corner. He's not finding Dame wherever he is in the corner. And then Dame is not to go to the corner and sit and wait on you to get into the paint and crash it.
He needs
you see what I'm saying? So
be able to create off the bounce.
Right. So
but when
I'm looking at
his game,
when I say it looks off to me, it's because I don't think his game is diminished. He can still get the point.
Game, 6.6 assists, 44% from the field.
So
that's the 44%, not from 3.
But his career is around that though, right? 40-something% from the field.
From 3, he's 34.8%.
He shot a lot better from 3 in the past. I think his finishing at the rim was a lot better. So that's why I say he
got the ball most of the time, and you got somebody like CJ that can't hit him in his pocket
on his career.
You see what I'm saying? So
from the field,
in my opinion, just looking at it, that the Greek Freak should relinquish some of that. I'm bringing the ball up, because when he's bringing it up, if it's not a coast to coast type situation,
the problem the reason he can't though is because he still don't have no back to the basket game. So if I don't bring it up, what the hell I'm gonna do?
Well, what you gonna do?
I ain't gonna sit in the corner.
He don't have to. He can receive the ball as a secondary, he can receive it as the first option off the pass from Dame anywhere inside of 3. And still get by his man. He just don't have that downhill.
He don't have that back,
he don't need that because he's a face-up player.
Back to the basket, turn around, Jay,
or a little jump hook,
little jump hook,
something, dog.
At 6'11",
he goes to that very rarely. He's trying 2% to put that.
Of the time.
Okay, but guess what? You ain't telling Shaq to do that, so you don't really have to tell this dude to do that. I agree.
Telling Shaq to do what?
to shoot the turnaround fade and all that
He
type of
didn't have
stuff.
to. He would.
And the Greek Freak doesn't have. He won a championship without that shit.
He won a championship with Chris Middleton closing.
Right.
And then he took over in game
Okay,
7.
so now he got an even better closer in Dame. Even greater Dame time type
Chris
player.
Middleton is a catch and shoot type player.
Okay.
You know
I
what I'm
would
saying?
And he can catch that?
Dame because he was in Portland with nothing
No.
to play for.
No.
I think we did, man. We got to listen, man.
Hey, we say what the hell we want to say on this podcast.
Listen, man.
Is he overvalued?
Dame is with a solidified top 75 all-time great. Dame is considered, he's in the top 75 all-time great.
Borderline, but
there's no way that they should be 2-8.
He shouldn't have been there. I'm sorry, but go ahead though.
You're right.
I got him on the borderline too.
Yeah.
That I agree, but you're still throwing out the fact that they have not started the season with their third best player. I don't understand how y'all discredit something like that.
I don't. I said, what did I say? A roster problem, and we don't know if Chris Middleton. He's been injured for 2 or 3 straight years now.
Almost. Maybe sometime you want to talk
And he
about
had
Paul
the-
George all the
and the-
time.
and the-
maybe this dude just injury prone.
Sometimes it just
he's at that point where you can literally say he's injury prone because he's been hurt since they won the championship.
Right.
That's been
he
what?
ain't been the same since. That
And
was
it's like
been
they
what?
keep trying to
That's
run.
about
They
20
keep trying to
that's
run
like
the
4
same team
years
back,
ago.
but this
3
team,
years,
right?
Because it was
doesn't exist.
Golden State won after them, Denver won, and then Boston won.
Just go backwards.
That's what I'm saying.
We
It's been
won.
3 years ago.
We won. Who won for us?
Denver, Golden State.
Golden State.
Then it was, and before them, it was them.
Yeah,
It was
they won.
Milwaukee.
They won after Toronto.
Yeah, so it's just like
No, they didn't. The Lakers won after Toronto.
I just think this Chris Middleton you looking for doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
because
anymore.
that's right.
The Chris Middleton you're talking about does not exist anymore. Is my whole point. You know?
Yeah, that guy
dude
ain't
doesn't
there.
exist. That closer on that championship team,
I mean,
that dude doesn't.
He don't exist no more.
He don't have to exist when you got Dame that can put up 30. All you need
Yeah,
him to
but
do
you
is
need
put
a-
up,
you need
him to put up
third,
you need him to put up 12 to 15
points.
12 to 15 points and play defense.
You don't need more than
That's what you
12.
need.
Well, all I know is they've lost 4 out of 5, so they are what I think they're going to be, which is a play at best.
I think they'll get it together. They'll probably get to this because the East is so weak. I think
They'll be a top 5 team.
they'll be a
6 to 10,
6
They'll
to
be-
10, 6 to 7 to 10.
7 to 10 play in.
Jesus Christ.
I got them coming in at 6. I got them
7.
just missing the play in.
Knicks, I'm with you. They'll be top 4 or 5.
Now they could be if Orlando get. They saying Orlando playing good ball even without
Ben
Banchero.
Yeah, but if he comes back,
If y'all think-
they're a whole lot more dangerous. If he
Yeah,
comes back.
they may be top 3 if Banchero come back.
They were playing. Banchero was balling, dog. He looked like he had maybe turned the corner for real, dog.
Yes, sir.
But let's move on to the damn Lakers and JJ Reddick. People, only one of us wanted to talk about this,
You right.
but we're gonna give Greg the floor.
You right.
He wants to give JJ. He wants to make JJ Reddick the coach of the year
I do not.
for starting
I do
7-4.
What I want to do is put a mirror up to you dudes' faces because tell the truth. I need the honest truth.
Okay.
If the Lakers were 1-10 instead of 7-4, would y'all be talking about it? Would you want to talk about it?
No.
Tell the truth.
Sure.
I would.
Yes. Why?
No.
Because you, especially you, if you rewind the tape, go back to some of our
Let me answer
earlier
your question, though. Let me answer your question on why.
pre-launch episodes.
Because one of us thinks they're a playoff caliber team. One of us thinks they're a pretty good team, which is you.
I don't. I got them in the play-in again.
So,
Even with this team.
and honestly, a team with 2 top 75 players that's 1-10, yeah, we're going to talk about it. If that were, who else? Shea Gildress and his team. If that were Luka
No.
and they were 1-10, we would talk about any of that.
Number one, the roster is the exact same as last year. They didn't get any better in their roster, right? Where did they get better? You looking at me like I'm crazy, like I said something wrong.
I'm just listening.
You looking like at me like I
just-
said I voted for Trump. That's how you looked at me.
The
right
Lakers
there.
did not get better.
I didn't say they did. I said they got the same exact roster as they had last year.
I guess my
that's
question
what
to
I'm
you
saying.
is, why
They
are
did
you
not
so
get better.
impressed with 7-4?
Why am I impressed with 7-4?
Yeah.
Because it ain't 1-10, and because you guys said they would be trash.
No. See, now you're making stuff up.
No, I'm not.
Let
No,
me
I'm
tell
not.
you what
No,
we said,
I am
America.
not.
What we said was they would be in the play-in.
No, you said they would be a laughing stock. Is what you
Who said that? I didn't say that.
This guy said it. I wrote it down. I got it in my memoir, in my journal. This guy said
I'll
they
let
would be a
him
laughing
respond to
stock.
that, but that's not what I said. I
said they
they'll
would
play in
possibly
team.
not make the play.
I said play in and possibly not make the playoffs.
Exactly.
And that's still on the board.
So right now they are they're number 6.
One from the play.
Right now they're
so
number
I'm
6.
almost right, and you almost, and you. So
They
I still could be
7-4.
right.
They 7-4. The last 2 years they was 5-5 and 1-10 or 2-8 with Darvin Ham.
So you want me? Okay, you want me to praise?
You had a problem.
So you want me to praise
No,
JJ Reddick?
you had a problem with Darvin Ham being let go. Is what you did.
Yeah.
That's what you had a
Yeah,
problem
I
with.
do.
You said they would be a joke, a laughing stock.
I do, because that black man did not deserve to lose his job.
He lost his job because, when I said this, he obviously lost the job because he had lost the locker room.
Because LeBron's a bitch.
LeBron wasn't the only one complaining about it.
LeBron's a bitch. That's why he lost his
Man,
job.
get out of here, man. All that LeBron hate, you can shove
I
that.
don't
You
hate
can
LeBron.
shove that where the sun don't shine.
Anytime you criticize LeBron, you're a hater.
That's a hating statement. LeBron's a bitch.
I'm talking about for what he did to Darvin Ham. Let me be specific. For the shit he let happen to Darvin Ham.
If the guy couldn't fucking coach, get his ass out of there.
Bitch, because you want your podcast partner on the damn bench. Fuck you,
If the
LeBron.
guy couldn't coach,
Fuck you.
if the guy couldn't coach, get him the fuck out of there.
Sellout ass motherfucker. Fuck you, LeBron.
You said that. Is that hate? Is that hate?
Fuck you.
They called him a sellout.
Fuck you.
Is that hate?
Got the black man fired. Didn't even get that man a
Black
chance.
the man had 2 years.
Fuck you.
The man had 2 years.
Fuck you, Ron.
And that's why we bringing it up. That's why we bring it up.
Fuck
because
you, Ron.
if they was 1-10, you just said you wouldn't want to
Fuck you
talk
and
about it.
Bronny.
You would want to talk about it.
Fuck you and
You would
Bronny.
want to talk about it. Let's get
With
to the
his
stats.
private plane G League
Let's
having
get to the
ass.
stats. Let's get to the stats. Since y'all said last night, oh, you can only talk about their 7-4. Number one, he's done a better job of making AD the focal point of the offense. They've always said AD was going to be the focal point of the offense. Is AD at MVP?
Brilliant. Brilliant. What the fuck? Brilliant. I got a 7-footer. You know what? Give him the ball.
That's enlightening.
Fucking brilliant.
Thank
Enlightening.
you. So why Darvin Ham didn't do it?
Go ahead.
Why Darvin
What
Ham
else you
didn't
got,
do it?
bro?
AD been their
You-
best
you're
player
right.
for the-
It
AD
is
been
brilliant.
AD been their best player for the last few years.
Has he been an MVP level player for the last few years?
He was
Fuck no.
defensive
Shut
player.
up. He hasn't.
He was a defensive.
He hasn't.
good defensive
Fuck no,
player
he
last
hasn't.
year. DPO
He hasn't.
for the last year.
DPO, why he's been that for years? Has he been an MVP caliber
No,
player?
let's see. I don't know. Go ahead.
No.
I'll look it up.
He hasn't.
I'll look it up.
Number two, he's helped in reducing Brun's usage rate so far, which is keeping him more energized, increasing his energy. Number of possessions he bring the ball up the floor has been reduced, and he's not expending that energy bringing the ball up. His usage rate is his lowest since 2015.
So who bringing the ball up?
D'Lo and Reeves.
D'Lo coming off the bench.
D'Lo and Reeves. His usage rate so far is 24.8% when he's been in the 30s since probably his entire career. Number three, Lakers are 5th in offensive efficiency, up from 15th from last year. That's 10 percentage point or 10 rank or 10 spots up from last year. And they're moving the ball, which is helping their offensive efficiency more, using more off-ball screens. They're using way more off-ball screens rather than the pick and roll looking for mismatches. Their off-ball screens is up from 47.3 times per game this year, which was 27.3. So they got 20 more offensive possessions per game where they're using off-ball screens and cutting off those screens. So yes, JJ Reddick, this point in the season, is proving to be a better coach than Darvin Ham. And the move to get him out of there was obvious because he had lost the locker room. Point blank, period. Haters, what must you say now?
Was that it? Or maybe it could be just the fact that now with Dalton Connect, Cam Reddish healthy, Max Christie healthy, Hachimura playing better.
Dalton Connect healthy.
No,
He ain't
Dalton
did this.
Connect
He's
wasn't
a
even on the
fucking
team. No,
rookie.
I said with Dalton Connect, then I listed a bunch of players who are healthy now. Gabe Vincent, maybe that's got a little something to do with it.
Gabe Vincent been trash.
But I'm saying, dude, they have their full rotation of players to start the year, dog.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right.
They still missing Jared Vanderbilt.
Oh, God. Okay.
They best defender.
Okay. All
They
right.
Rui Hachimura was not injured last year. He played the entire year.
Their best defender.
And Hachimura
their
now
best perimeter defender.
shooting 50% from three. That don't help either this year.
It helps when you not just sitting in the corner, when you're using off-ball screens and being more efficient when your offense is moving.
And AD pumping and scoring up to 32 points a game.
I'm just
okay.
I'm
all right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna
So that's all JJ Reddick, huh? Oh, okay.
I ain't say it was all JJ Reddick. I'm saying that he's made it more of a focal point and they've always said AD should be the focal point of the offense, but the JJ's offensive system has helped him to do that.
Okay.
Instead of just doing pick and roll.
Okay.
Pick and roll. Let's find the mismatch.
Okay.
That's the offense LeBron wanted to run. But anyway,
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
But
So
he gets none to blame for that though.
Okay.
It wasn't Bron.
So
no, that wasn't Bron.
Well, give Bron all the
Wasn't none
credit.
of that, Bron.
You can give him all the credit.
None of that, Bron.
To give him all the credit.
So,
the
none of that,
coaching
Bron.
fucking matters, doesn't it? Does coaching matters? I just laid out some stats that is about coaching.
No, you laid out stats that are about results.
No, I laid out stats that are about coaching.
That's about results.
Off ball screen.
You laid out results.
That's not a result. That's a product that is a
You didn't give me no percentage of how many off-ball screens they ran last year compared to this year. You just said some shit.
I said if they ran off-ball screens 47.3. These are the fucking analytics. They do off-ball screens 47.3 times per game this year. Last year it was 27. 20 more off-ball screens per game from last year to this year.
So playing more like the Warriors is what you're saying is what
playing better team ball is, and that's got to do. You got to give him some fucking credit.
Okay, JJ Reddick, tremendous dog. You deserve the job. You deserved it. You deserve that.
I'm not gonna go
from podcasting to the bench. Absolutely,
I'm not gonna go that far.
You're mad.
I'm gonna go back to what I said last
Somebody
night
going to be mad
when we brought this up. 11 games into the season, I'm not going to sit up here and say that JJ
keep that same energy when they go on a 7-game losing streak.
Genius. I'm not even going to say. I'm not even going to say that he's better than Darvin Ham just yet. Even though you said they were 5-5 and all this, I get it. It's just too early to make that call.
It's too early to make any call. What are you talking about?
I'm not going to jump.
We started judging teams from week 1 in the NFL.
So. I'm gonna give them to at least the All-Star break to see where they land, because I still think they're gonna be a play-in team like they've been for the last few years, down toward the bottom.
That's because the West is much better than the East. If they was in the East, they'd be at third in the East.
Now it's the competition
right,
in the conference, but whatever.
Right.
So
now it's the competition in the conference.
So the Lakers on a 3-game winning streak. They just beat the Memphis Grizzlies, who were without three starters. Right. Oh, okay. They beat the Toronto Raptors, who we don't know a damn player on their team other than the dudes they took from New York.
Scotty Barnes ain't even playing.
They beat Philadelphia, who didn't have. Let me see. I don't know if Paul George played that game or not, but I know Embiid didn't. And that might have been the game where the point guard got hurt. They played Memphis Grizzlies. They lost to them. I guess that's when Ja played. So when Ja played, they got their ass.
Right. AD didn't play.
Well, they got their ass handed to them. 131 to 114.
Anthony Davis didn't play.
They even lost to the fucking Detroit Pistons. Okay, JJ. Did JJ coach that game?
Yeah, he coached that game.
Oh, he coached that game? Oh, okay.
Didn't the Pistons down there beat y'all last
No.
The champions.
So then we got we got the Toronto Raptors. They beat them. So they played Toronto twice.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God. Twice. They played them twice. Oh, man, that's a great coaching job.
Who else they beat?
They lost to the Cavaliers by 24 points.
Everybody that got their ass whooped by the Cavs.
They also lost to the Phoenix Suns,
which they was up in the fourth quarter.
And they beat the Sacramento Kings.
And who else they beat?
They beat Phoenix and they beat Minnesota first game of the year.
You. Fuck you very much.
All right.
Thank you for going through the entire.
All right. I wanted to go through the whole thing.
Thank you for going through the entire schedule.
Okay, so they beat. So
tell me who y'all beat.
So they played. We ain't talking about it. Did I ask for a second?
Who have y'all beaten?
So out of this list,
They are one game behind the defending champions.
So out of this list, they beat.
They are one game behind the defending champions.
At 7-4, I think we
9-3. You've lost 3 games.
Whatever. So no, actually, no. I think we got 10 wins, dog. On the team. We 10-2. Thank you.
You ain't no damn 10-2.
10-2.
Jared, stop lying. You looking dead at the computer. You know y'all ain't no 10-2.
So they played against what?
This dude just
you can't even really call Minnesota a good team because they out of the playoffs hunt right now, I think. So whatever. If you want to give that man his flowers, then you go right ahead.
I'm just saying.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
You just said they was gonna be a joke. At 7-4, I don't call them a joke.
I said they're gonna be in the play-in.
Not
make the play.
I think it's
you
too
said
early.
they would probably not make the play
or be in the play.
You said they would not.
Don't leave off the second part. I said or in the play.
We'll have to go back and look at that because I'm pretty sure you was on that they was gonna fold like a cheap suit. Is
somewhere
what you
between
said.
7 and 11. Like I said, they average at best. Why the hell are we talking about JJ Reddick got the 11 games?
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
6.
We on the same shit as the media propping up the white boy when they do anything. You know what I'm saying? We on that same shit too. The old heads on the same shit.
Yeah, we on that shit.
We on that same shit.
We on that shit when y'all goddamn said he was gonna be a joke.
We on that same shit as the
When
white
you said
people.
he was gonna be a joke.
And we 10-3.
Again,
We 10-3.
y'all both agreed that if they were 1-10, you would be talking about it. And you would be including JJ Reddick in the conversation.
I treat them like Dallas. We have no reason to talk.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
By the way.
You have been chomping at the bit for your JJ Reddick posts.
No, I have not.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
No, I have
You probably got GIFs and memes right now stored in your phone. Let me see your phone. Show your phone to the camera. Show your phone to the world. Show your phone to the world.
It ain't nothing.
Show your phone to the world.
Period.
Outside of your Duke
honestly, nobody even thought about the Lakers so far.
Outside of you tossing salad.
Talk about them.
Outside of you tossing salad. We want to see the other.
The Boston Celtics are 10-3 right now.
Let's get
the second best. The second.
Hold on, we got
third best.
Trash talk. We got to talk about this fight tonight on Netflix, 7 o'clock. Mike Tyson
tonight.
7 o'clock.
I got to get someone to watch that.
Quick question. One, are we even interested in watching? And what's the expectation? If you watch, what you plan on?
I'm
what you
interested
think
in watching, but I don't want to watch it because I don't think he's gonna lose. But if he loses, that would
be sad.
Be a kind of sad. But at the same time, he has a built-in excuse. He's damn near 55.
60, right.
Okay, but then it's not a real boxer.
I think he's gonna knock Jake. I think he's gonna knock Paul out.
And see, that's why I'm watching. Because I
want to see him.
I think that's gonna happen too.
I think he's gonna knock Paul out. He ain't seen nothing like this. Mike is doing what he did. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got the speed.
Nope.
Your boy
Roy Jones.
Your boy Roy Jones say he still got the power.
Right.
I think he just gonna get on the inside of that dude and just
hit them obliques.
You gonna start seeing that dude
for real.
You gonna see that dude doing like that. I think he gonna knock
My
him
only
out,
hope is I don't want it to be choreographed where they just in there trying not to let Paul get hurt. You know what I'm saying?
No, they ain't gonna do that.
I hope that's not what this is.
I think he's gonna be
because that last Tyson one, that's what that was. You know what I'm saying?
Paul has been on the attack and all these. He ain't gonna be able to be on the attack against Mike. He's not
right, but that's what
he's not going to be able to do. He's not going to be able to do this. Any of the shit that he's been
I want Tyson to thump the shit out of him.
I want to see one good Tyson old school uppercut. And just catch his ass.
I think it's going to be. I think this
or a left hook.
I think this dude Jake Paul. I think he's going to be bloodied, and I think he'll get knocked out.
First of all, it's only 8 2-minute rounds, so that's for Mike probably. You know what I'm saying? Not having the 3-minute round. But I think if he can just catch him once, I think the fight is over. I really do. I'm like you. That's the only reason I'm watching. Just so I can see him catch him
What, it's going to be on DAZN?
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix? It's
their first foray into live.
So we ain't no premium subscription or nothing, just Netflix.
Oh, bet. Because my next question is gonna be where can I go watch it?
Netflix.
But I know they I was on the radio. They said they was gonna have it at Twin Peaks tonight.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, man.
But yeah, I ain't got to go there.
I ain't
Watch
going
that on
nowhere.
your own, brother, on
Netflix
Netflix.
it is.
Exactly. I wish the hell they would talk about charging something to
If
watch
I'm
that.
in the van, I'm watching it on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw the preview on Netflix this morning. It's on there. So,
Yeah, they got the whole, the documentary. You know how they have they got that on there too. That's what's
yeah,
up,
so
Netflix.
I'll definitely be watching, man. But it's only because I'm like you, though. I don't want to see Tyson get knocked out. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that.
I don't even want to see a close
Right.
fight.
Right.
You know what I'm
Show
saying?
the
Or-
difference between a boxer and
Yeah.
this dude. You know what I'm saying? So, but of course, our last segment, the signature segment. Let's move on. Taking out the trash. Jerry,
Take out the trash.
we're going to give you the floor for this last trash, brother. Whose trash you taking out this week?
Congregation, I'm not going to be before you long at all.
Take your time.
But
Ain't that what he was saying?
I have
When everybody ready to go, take your time.
Man, like, man, don't take your time.
Don't take your time.
Wrap this
originally
shit up.
originally I was just going to make some comments on Philadelphia, but I can't leave out what
76ers, that is.
yeah, the 76ers. But I can't leave I just couldn't leave out the Lakers. As much as I cannot stand talking about the Lakers, the LeBron-led Lakers, this is a storied franchise, and the stuff that they're allowing Bron to do with his son, drafting him at 55. We've been over some of this stuff. Playing him in the first game. We know he's not ready. He doesn't look ready. We haven't seen a game where he looked ready. If you want to count his 2 games in the summer league, at the end of the summer league, when everybody's have made their decision on who they're gonna keep and all the good players ain't even playing no more. If you want to scale him up with that, then by all means go ahead. But this kid is not ready, and the way this storied franchise has catered to LeBron like this, I just don't understand. We've never seen anything like this. Even if you want to go to, the greats of the greats, you want to go to the Kareems, the Steph Currys, you want to go to the Elijah Wans, we haven't seen a storied franchise kowtow, bow down to a player like this. To me, and Boogie Cousin said it not too long ago, to me it seems like they're not serious, and they're not about trying to get another title, because you're doing so much to make it comfortable for Bron, or for Bron to go out the way he wants to go out. When you bring in a player into your organization who's not even NBA talent at all. He's not. Don't tell me he's a good defender when we seeing all these cats just blow by him and he's not on his assignment. When we watch the replays and watch this kid play, he's not a knockdown shooter. We've seen him shooting threes at 20-some% a clip, under 40% shooting from the field every time we watch him play. Come on, man, he's not ready. But because Bron want him in there, he's in there. Not only did he want him drafted, they gave him a contract. They didn't even make him a 2-way player. They gave him a fully guaranteed contract, which means that somebody else that's on their G League team is probably going to be better, but he's not going to be able to get a caller because that money's already allocated to Bronny. This last step that they did, again, we talking about the Los Angeles Lakers. We talking about a team with multiple championships and some of the greatest stars the game has ever seen, allowing this to happen. Now, Bronny doesn't even have to play away games. He don't even have to go get on the plane with his team to fly to another city in order to play an away game. Instead of doing that, he's going to be bumped up to the Lakers roster and travel with his father. I mean, now I want to get into LeBron. How does this help your son, man? How does this help your son, who I assume it was his son's dream to play NBA ball like his father? I'll make that assumption. I can see that happening. I can see Michael Jordan's son probably wanted to go and play pro ball like they daddy, but wasn't good enough, right? We're in a situation where Bronny ain't good enough, but he's there. But you're not even gonna let him prove himself to make the team. Why would an organization like the Lakers go this far for it? Ain't like he was going nowhere. Even if he held them hostage, over the last couple of summers, it's not like he going anywhere. He wanted to finish his career there. The LeBron fans want to throw in that, there was some NBA teams that wanted Bronny. That's why he got drafted. No, Clutch came out and said that after the fact, said that, yeah, there was some teams, they wanted to make it look good and make it sound good. But all those teams that inquired about Bronny or drafting Bronny, they had already talked to LeBron trying to see if he would leave to come there if they drafted his son. And he said no every time. Because he wanted him to come to the Lakers. He wasn't going to go nowhere else and play. Why not let your son prove it, man? He's not even given the chance to prove it. I don't get that. Is it his dream or is it your dream? Is this for your documentary that you working on? This will look good at the end of your documentary.
His Last Dance.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is definitely going to look good on that part of his resume.
It ain't because we know what it is. No, I've been on record saying that I understand the whole nepotism. You know what I'm saying? They do it.
Nepotism, but go ahead.
They do it. You know what I'm saying? If he got the power, so be it. But this is going a bridge too far.
Yeah.
Bronny does not deserve to be in the NBA. He probably don't even belong in the G League based on what I've seen so far.
He won't even let him prove it.
And then the story, I know you posted it, you know what I'm saying, of him, they're not even, you know what I'm saying, he should be in the G League, full stop. It shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, you playing home, you dressing out for Laker home games or G League games that they're away and you not even on the same plane. It automatically speaks to you privileged. And it doesn't help your cause for people your teammates, your opponents, to even respect your game.
You're giving them fuel and ammunition.
It's obvious that this is just, you know what I'm saying, because LeBron wanted it. This is why he's here.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That and like you said, I agree. The Lakers, I said it, y'all, I'm a LeBron fan, true enough. But the Lakers are at fault. They're the owners. You don't have to do, if they didn't want LeBron to get JJ Reddick hired, then they shouldn't have done it. They didn't have to draft Bronny because LeBron wanted them to, but they did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
They have done everything LeBron has wanted to do.
That's crazy.
This season.
That's crazy. That's not how you run an organization.
I've never seen.
That's not how you run an organization.
And I'm gonna end. And I'm gonna. You want to?
No, go ahead.
I want to end the Lakers segment on this with this. Imagine when Bronny gets his book about his career or does a documentary, because I know all of this is being filmed. What if he lets the cat out the bag purposefully on the fact that they basically ran the Lakers organization while he was there? Maybe if that's
not letting the cat out the bag.
No. Yeah, right. But it's still a guessing game for us. But what if he lists what I'm saying is, what if he tells exactly how he did it and exactly how they got Pelinka to do whatever they wanted to do.
Like what he had some videos or something?
Pick the players that he wanted and all of that.
But he got to do them before he leave.
Yeah,
he can go.
Got some videos.
I'm not going to sign the extension.
That's probably all he did. You know what I'm saying?
So
what else could he have done?
But see, my back end point is how bad that would look on the Lakers organization for him to go into detail about how they were just followed. They were doing everything. What's your man that ran Clutch? Not Mav, but what's his name?
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul. Rich Paul pulled all the strings. That would look bad on Jeannie and Pelinka.
This is all about the relationship between Bron and Jeannie, though. I think they have a relationship like that where she want him there. You know what I'm saying? I think him threatening not to sign the contract would have been enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I want. Just stay here.
But it's
You know what
not
I'm saying?
enough if you are.
I'm saying it's
owner,
enough for them. It was enough for them to
That's
do.
probably they
I
problem.
wouldn't have came
You know what I'm saying?
to
That's
it,
probably they problem.
but
You know what I'm saying? When you look
Right.
at the history of the Lakers from
Right.
when
Because I don't think he would have left
when
anyway.
Dr. Butts,
I think he wanted to be in LA.
His relationship with Magic dictated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What happened with the organization?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
but
so,
those type of relationships weren't doing this type of shit. This is self-serving. All this shit is self-serving that Bron is doing. All of it is completely
Getting the
self-serving.
coach fired by
They
Magic,
ain't
that's
doing
pretty
that.
self-serving.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was the but it was
It was the right move in hindsight.
Hold
you know
on.
what I'm saying?
But it was for the team, so the team could change the way they played. He's saying
Right,
the way we
right.
play right now is not ideal.
right.
And then they changed it and win a championship.
But ain't it the same thing Bron said with old boy coming in as coach?
No, because they ain't making them.
but
It ain't.
again, at the time, that's hindsight because at the
Right.
time,
They-
the way they played won the
This
championship
is what the
without Kareem in the last
How many
game.
coaches
Right.
have they had since Bron been there? 4, 5 coaches? How many coaches they had since he been there, man?
Luke Walton.
Bunch of them. Ham, Walton. There was somebody else in there.
They've gone
that's
through
it.
several. They've
There was
gone through
another one in
several
there. There was
coaches.
a third one in there.
It was Luke. It was
The one they won the championship with.
Yeah, the dude
boy.
that's
Oh.
in Phoenix now.
Vogler.
Vogel.
Yeah.
Vogel.
Damn.
Vogel.
Yeah.
So
Frank
this their
Vogel.
fourth coach.
So okay, so I just for an organization that's supposed to be as prestige as them, it just seems like they would have other options than to just do exactly what this dude.
That's what they've done,
is doing,
though.
and it's crazy.
That's what they done. They paid Kobe all that money, and he was
Kobe
broke up.
Kobe was there since he was a high
I don't
schooler.
care. You an organization.
Earned it over that whole time.
You're an organization.
5
Kobe
rings,
put the butts in the seat.
5 rings.
LeBron putting the butts in
5 rings.
the seat.
So
Do you give a man 5 rings, and you know what I'm saying? You know that your roster is depleted. You get that man $40 million
but he wasn't out there.
a year.
He wasn't out there asking. He wasn't out there. He wasn't out there making.
That's a part of their culture.
He wasn't.
That's a part of
he
their
wasn't.
culture.
He wasn't in the gym.
They gave
office making
Magic
moves,
Johnson at the
man.
time the craziest contract that at that time was
$1 million.
Yeah.
that was unheard of for 20-something
20
years.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, but you pay him for potential and what you just saw him do in college. So
That's
to
what
me-
I think.
to
That's
me-
why they relinquished their power to LeBron. is because
I don't. All the stuff you saying, I do not compare.
I don't
this
know if
shit.
it's
No,
championship.
I get
I
your
don't-
point.
I
I
don't
guess
compare
my
I don't think
any of-
I don't think
compare
it's
any of that to
championship
what he's
related.
doing.
I don't think it's championship related.
That's what I'm saying.
I was
None
just
of-
about to
I think
say
it's
that.
revenue related.
None of it is.
I think it's revenue
I think
related.
it's star power related.
That's
and this is LA.
Right.
We have to have stars.
Got to have stars.
and asses in the seats. You know what I'm saying?
Well, none of
And
it.
if we win a title along the way, great.
Great.
None
But we
of-
definitely want to compete for them, and that's good enough.
In my
That's
opinion,
good enough.
none of this stuff.
Because the roster moves.
None of this
and
stuff
we want
is
his
going to
ending
help them
to
get
be
a
here
title.
with us. I think was the overarching
Yeah,
thing.
we want him to
these
retire as a
last 2 or
Laker.
3 years of LeBron to be as a Laker, and that's worth value to us.
That's what it is.
you know what I'm saying?
That's got to be the decision. That's the
the
only way
decision
you
that
can
was
see
made.
it.
Right, that's the
Because you
decision that was
don't.
made.
If you're looking at winning championships, you don't look at. You know what I'm saying? Getting drafting Bronny at 55.
That
Right.
ain't a championship move.
That's not a championship move. Putting him in the G League. This is not building. Even
I think we'll find out shortly before the All-Star break whether or not they're trying to win a title now.
I don't know
because
if
they're
they-
going to have to make some kind of move to be a title contender.
Rob Pelinka is just not a good GM to me. Anyway, he's not a good talent observer.
Keeping
Even though
Russell-
the ones
keeping
they talking
Russell
about,
on the
I think, would be
roster
off.
proved that they wasn't trying to
Yeah,
win
and
no
Scottie
title.
Pippen out there
Right.
balling. You had him in the fold.
Balling.
Jalen Hood Shafino
Balling.
is fucking trash. That dude is ass.
Pippen can play.
They done had 3 players that the guy in Miami.
The dude Huff played on there was
The guy in Miami, what's the guy name that's balling in Miami they got last year?
Oh, yeah.
And the 2 players that
forget his name.
that Golden State got were drafted after. They drafted
the little
Jalen
point
Hood
guard. Yeah.
So it's the organization stinks.
Yeah, I agree. But like I said, it's about, we'll see at the deadline if they make it. But the move they talking about the Lakers make, I don't think they should make, though. Like I saw yesterday talking about Levine still. Don't do that. I don't think that would be the
If
right
they go
move.
get Levine, that'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
If it's for D'Lo, fuck it.
So
in a couple picks, man. You're right. You're right.
So the other thing I wanted to get off my chest was These
running out of time,
these
man.
Philadelphia,
we don't have to do that next week.
These Philadelphia 76ers, real quick. Why in the hell would you pair broke up Paul George to go with broke up Joel Embiid?
I told you
You don't
why.
look for injury.
I told you why. The reason is they
He's
know
not been as
now.
injured
They
as
know what
Kawhi will let him.
right. They know what Joel Embiid is.
But
They're figuring we got 3 good years probably with Joel.
Right. We got
to try to win now.
Yeah.
And he's the only thing that was out there. Who else are we gonna get?
Who else was they gonna get?
No, you got players that change positions.
Who?
Why not go after Klay Thompson?
Oh, come on. Over Paul.
Why not go over Klay?
He probably was gone
because you need him for floor spacing. You don't need another alleged star. You needed a player of his caliber that's going to open up the floor for Joel Embiid.
Klay was
Why
probably
not be
already
thinking
gone
like that?
anyway.
Right.
DeMar
That was one of the
DeRozan
first
changed
moves.
teams. Why not go get DeMar DeRozan? I'm just to go get Paul George, who is as banged up as Joel Embiid. To me,
But the answer
it's just
is
gonna
simple,
set. It's
though.
gonna
The
set
answer is
this.
simple. He's a better player than both of them.
Oh yeah,
That's a
but
simple answer.
he's a better player.
But you can't assume they're not going to assume injury.
He's a
Right.
better player.
At his best,
Why not?
which one of those players gives us a better
Hold on,
at
hold
their
on,
best?
hold on.
No, answer the question. At their best, which one of those players, if healthy, gives us a better chance to win the championship? Paul
Man, if you
George.
think I'm gonna put
Easy
Paul-
question.
Man, come on,
Easy
man.
answer, bro.
Come on,
Paul.
man. I'm not
You don't
throwing-
want to say it, but you know the answer.
No. I'm not throwing Paul
Again,
George
this-
in no
this
championship
man's
scenario.
whole-
This is crazy.
This man's whole narrative
That's crazy.
is to diminish anybody who he thinks is going to compete with his team.
This dude trying to make me.
It's every
Nick Wright.
time.
This
It's
dude
every-
trying to make me Nick Wright.
That's you.
The
You
Sixers
the
have
opposite.
not.
You
The
did-
Sixers have not been a threat to the Boston
Black
Celtics.
Bayless is your name. Don't I call you that?
Y'all see my hands? Ever.
That's because
The Sixers have
Why?
not
Why?
been a threat to the Boston Celtics.
Ben
ever.
Simmons,
We
James
own-
Harden, case closed.
We own the
Ben Simmons,
Philadelphia
James Harden,
76ers.
case closed.
So it don't matter if they go get
Ben Simmons,
Paul
James
George.
Harden, case closed.
James Harden nutting up.
Ben Simmons being the reason for this.
Right.
Hey man,
Ben Simmons is the reason we have this segment right now.
Right.
You remember
Right.
when we first started doing this shit a few
Trash.
years ago. Ben
Trash.
Simmons, we need to rename that topic the Ben Simmons.
The Ben Simmons trash segment.
back to what you were saying. Yes, his talent is greater than all
Right.
those. But guess what?
He played 74 games last
But
season.
his risk, and we've already seen it. The dude was hurt before the season started. His risk is higher than the rest of those guys.
you can't plan for that.
Right.
He's been
I
injured the
don't
last four seasons before last year,
And I told
Christian
y'all,
McCaffrey is injured prone. Would you rather not have him?
And I
or
told
3 of the last 4 seasons.
And
Because the other season
Right,
was
because
like
Christian McCaffrey is injury prone. Would you rather not have him?
and I told
No,
y'all.
I want him.
I told
Thank
y'all,
you.
and I told y'all when they first signed him that didn't put any fear into what.
And he don't have any
Boston.
degenerative injuries.
Right.
It's not like he just had. It's
He
like
get
Tracy
nicked up.
McGrady.
Yeah,
doing that.
but look at this type of injury. You know how you get this type of injury? He said himself when he was on his own
That's
podcast.
speculation,
That boy
man.
said
Speculation.
It's something I've done 1,000,000 times in my career. Blah blah blah. You know when that type of shit start happening, shit you've done in your career all your life, and it start becoming an injury.
He stepped wrong, Jerry. He stepped wrong.
You start doing that type of shit when you ain't as dedicated no more. When you in your latter years and you ain't working out like you usually do.
I ain't
That's
gonna
when
put
that type
on
of
him, man,
shit.
because I can't prove that. So I can't say that about the man because you can't prove
because
it.
he out there doing a podcast every day.
I know he played
And it was an
74 games
off-season.
last year.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm
Will he
like,
play 74 this year? Remains to be seen.
I
I
just
don't know.
care
if the
about both
risk-
of them being healthy come playoff time.
Come playoff time.
Not gonna happen. It ain't happening.
And I
with
think that's
Embiid.
how they're playing.
When
it. Like,
Embiid
if
been
they
healthy
both play
going into the
45, 50
playoffs?
games and healthy for the playoffs, the Sixers will be like, okay, we'll
They'll
take our
get to about
chance.
60
When
games.
has
Right. And
Embiid
they'll take their chances.
been
You know,
healthy
whatever.
for the playoffs? Never.
I agree
Okay.
with you.
All right.
I agree with you. It's going to have to happen. You know what I'm saying? In order for them to win.
Well,
But that's the show for this week, people. Trash talking with the old heads. We definitely appreciate the support. Do not forget to please hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Trash talking with the old heads. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast. We appreciate the support. Love y'all. We out of here, man.
We out this bitch. Crank that ASAP back up.